and blah 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 blah. Hello again. I'm here to cast some grievances that I have on Gravity Falls once again, and especially since this is during Valentine's Day, I've kind of noticed that some of the episodes actually focus more on interpersonal relationships and what are healthy and what are not healthy. And of course, I've been talking about Dipper mostly throughout it because, to be honest, he's my favorite twin. But today we're gonna kind of talk about Mabel. And yes, I know she's a fan favorite. If anybody says anything bad about her, her fandom will gang up on me and blah 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 blah. Still voice her, by the way. I still voice her in fan parodies. So just so you know, I have nothing against her or Kristen Schaal or Alex Hurst or Ariel, who was based off her. Now, I wonder where she got the idea that you have to force relationships, as I mentioned in my last video. That is not healthy, especially if something's not working out, as you learn in Steven Universe, where they also teach kids about relationships. Sometimes you just gotta know when to bail, and sometimes you have to really understand when people don't like you or something, you can't just make them all get along. Sometimes you have to let things go. Like I mentioned earlier with Tourist Trapped, in which she tried to force a romance between Dipper and Mabel. I mean, Dipper and Candy, I'm sorry, and gets mad when he doesn't follow her script of a love story. This has been a continuous theme throughout the entire series. Like she wants an epic summer romance, but she really doesn't understand how romances work. Romances take time and effort, Al Garnet, and you don't automatically know who you're going to fall in love with. And you can't just randomly give someone notes and presents and just expect them to fall in love with you. She learned that from Gideon, which is probably why she hasn't done it as much. But it still can be considered as creepy, and in some of her cases, kind of stalking. And now, she's also, hopefully she's not adhering to the stereotype where she'll say that people are her boyfriend or they're in love with her, but they don't know it yet. Which is funny how Gideon kind of represents that notion, as he was willing to keep her trapped in a bubble through Bill's influence just because he thought she would fall in love with him. Also, Mabel, she's kind of interested in one-sided love. She doesn't understand really how to be loving. She understands how to be smothering, but as I mentioned before, she doesn't really know how to give as much as she wants to take. Case in point, for the sock opera, she asked more and more Dipper than what she was giving him, namely helping him crack the codes in Gravity Falls. So instead, she could impress one guy that she didn't really know much about, other than he was cute and like puppets. A lot. And she calls that a failed romance. As we've learned through Frozen, another Disney property, as you may know, that you can't just marry someone you just met. This is something Mabel needs to learn. You can't just fall in love with random guys every week, because that's actually unhealthy, especially if you don't know them. Finally, I just wanted to point out that she seems to be basing a lot of her assumptions on Disney stereotypes. So whether or not this is because of how she was raised, or this is how she may be coping through life, I'm not sure. It could be part of her perfect world against reality, because to her that's how life works. Especially when she thought High School Musical was the same as high school in real life, and it wasn't. And she automatically got upset when none of her friends could make it to her party, even though it would be obvious that they'd have other plans, and maybe at one point in the summer they would probably be away from her. But that's all that I have about this. I just want to let you know, remember, final words. Love cannot be forced. You can't force a platonic or a romantic relationship at all. It takes time, and you have to grow to know someone to love them. And you can't just be all take and no give, or all give and no take. There's supposed to be a balance of how much you and your partner, whether friend, brother, sister, parent, grandparent, aunt, or what you guys give, whether it's in time or in just sharing and understanding. And above all else, make sure you take full responsibility for your faults. Like Mabel, when a lot of times she'll bully Dipper, but she doesn't take the time to say, "Oh, I'm sorry." She'll just blame him for something he did. Better. Gotcha, didn't I? Hey, I'm glad you guys made it to the end of the video. Want to see something that I animated for Valentine's Day? Watch the next video tab right now. Click it, please.